Beast, why are you standing in the nether with F3 open and a towel over your keyboard? Well, those are good questions. I'll answer the most pressing one first. F3 is because I was flying back from the nether perimeter. I was placing dragon eggs. I have a towel over my keyboard because my hands are sweaty, and I hate using a keyboard when my hands are sweaty. And so I haven't actually done this in years, but I figured I'd try it because it slides easier. I don't know. It's easier for me to use, and when you know where every key is by muscle memory, you might as well. And I also can't see anything because I'm wearing a white shirt, and it's reflecting right here, and the sun has just risen. This is what I get for recording a video at 10:30 in the morning. But in this case, I kind of want to work on the nether. So I mentioned the nether brick problem with the furnace array recently, and well, the reason that it's a problem is because the furnace array output is not beautiful. Let me actually head over there to illustrate what I'm talking about. But I got distracted working on the nether web to go and fix the furnace array. So about 5 hours in creative mode later, we actually had a design to sort all the items coming out of the furnace array. But that is not... It's actually, I was going to say it's far from being done, but the prototype is actually pretty complete. Me and Pablo have that thing very, very far refined, and I think it's just about ready to be built in survival. But I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to build it yet or not. We have to talk to the builders, and that's kind of a conversation for the other day. But where I was getting at with this is the fact that that project sort of distracted me from working in the nether, because I still need a lot of nether brick. So there are a few things in my way. Well, first off, the illustration I was talking about, it's just a crappy storage down there, not a lot that I can deal with. In fact, if I do end up cooking with this thing today, I'll probably end up just blocking it by hand and then putting it all into shulker boxes myself. But I have no idea who or how or what happened, but the minecarts got pushed out of place, which is not a big deal. I mean, I can easily just look up my own tutorial to refresh myself on exactly how to fix this, and then do it myself. But Sig was the one who's going to do it, and then he must have cleared up everything. He deleted all the wiring and all that. And that's fine. He probably needed a clean desk space to work with. But I'm kind of waiting for him to get on so I can show him how to fix this, because I feel like the information needs to be shared. I could obviously do it myself, but he insists that he wants to learn how, and it's like fantastic. We'll do it. But for today, I want to get back to the nether and finish what I was just running around in is actually the basis for a piston bolt. And I'm just doing baby steps. Right now, all I want to do is make the tunnel to the mesa biome complete and finished. And maybe touch up the mesa intersection. We'll see how far I get, but typically piston bolts take enough time on their own, and I think I'm going to live stream it. So this is definitely going to be one of those Nether Web episodes, or well, Minecraft episodes, where I introduce the project, kind of talk about what I want to actually do, get you guys in loop, get the scoop going, and then other things that I think to say, because I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm in a really fun mood today. But I do want to live stream this and get it done. So that's all I need to do. Basically just build a piston bolt, and that's going to be a fun little live stream. And then hopefully towards the end of this video, we'll see some progress made. I mean, technically speaking, all I have to do is like place a repeater in here, and technically I'm further than I was yesterday, but we'll see how things go.
100 blocks away from the furnace array.
Alright, so I got Sig here. We need to figure out how to build this thing. What is this quality? Did I not? This is not the 1080p is better, that's right. And this one's probably timestamped right when I showed you. Alright, let's figure out how to do this. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we should definitely not run the furnace array when these are here. So, first and foremost, we need to, I think, line it in cobble walls. So there are going to be a lot of items getting scooped up by the minecarts. Just be sure to be on top of this and make sure at the very end that these carts don't have anything in it, because that will clog up the furnace array as I answer Snapchats.
Yeah, a lot of what took me so long to tear this down at all was clearing everything out of the minecarts before tearing anything down, because I didn't want them to spew everywhere.
Alright, when fixing anything, slime blocks are fantastic because they are just easy. So we're going to actually need to build up. Right now we only need 8 for the bottom bit, but yeah, you're right. We're going to need more. So, first and foremost, we need to align this minecart over the other minecarts. And then always break the piston, because if you let it retract, it'll pull the minecart back with it. Push it in. And that's it. That minecart should be completely aligned. F3 plus B assists a lot. So that way, this minecart will actually hit the detector rail and cover the minecarts below it.
Okay.
Now I'll get the next layer out of the way right now because it's tricky. We're going to need another layer of cobble walls and another fence. You know, there was a time where I didn't know that you could just place 2 minecarts on that rail. In this case, we want to align it against these half walls because you can see when they're connected, it's actually a smaller hitbox than normal. Alright, that's in place. And that's in place. And a fantastic little thing about minecarts is they hold their position when dropping down.
Yeah, they just fall straight down.
And now those 2 are completely in place. Now we can actually use the rail we just placed there for the next layer. So let's just get 1, 2 minecarts in. Break our blocks. Slime blocks are easy because they break instantly, and because you can use your hand for it. Now we also use fence posts instead of panes because the minecarts with panes are too close together, and their physical collision box, different than a bounding box, likes to cause troubles. So it wouldn't really be a good tutorial if I didn't make a mistake. So what's happened right there is forgot to break the rail. Kind of a rookie mistake, but yeah, you gotta break the rail, obviously, because it'll just pull the rug out from underneath itself. Now I don't know how specific this is. Like, I don't know if it needs to be in that specific position, but it's good to just kind of follow my own lead, because when I designed this, I'm sure I thought more about it than I am right now. Alright, and that's it technically. This is supposedly functional, but obviously definitely going to want to get the glass in place, because obviously, to those who are not following this from the video, the glass is obviously so that we don't bump the minecarts unintentionally. And now we should be able to just place in the rest of the glass. And just like that, the tricky part is next. No, I think the next one, because we align these in such a way, one minecart should be capable of lining itself up with all the others by being right in the middle. And if anybody is watching this on YouTube and wants to see how to do the rest of this, I'm going to have to refer you to the tutorial. Whereas Sig's going to get the tutorial right now. But actually, I should probably remove this and give it the detector rail. Okay, that bit is done. I actually had to wait for my hard drive to spin up to record this. That's the second time I've done that. Could you imagine if somebody was standing behind me and I had to do that? But unfortunately, I'm not a professional sound engineer, so I can't have like a teleportation noise. Let's do one of these things where this is actually the end of the stream now. So we just streamed for 4 hours and 5 seconds. It was actually a very successful stream. Lots of people came around. I thought it was going to be a really bad stream because it was like, it's a bad time of day, like most of America, like where it wasn't school and whatnot. But as for, you know, the Brits, they kind of mellowed it out. It was a pretty active chat. I think it was a pretty good time. We had some pretty good laughs, lots of good things going on. And we finished the piston bolt, as you guys kind of saw behind me. But in order to not finish this video by me saying, yeah, so we finished the piston bolt and then just cutting it, I'm going to talk about what we got into. So it was actually about an hour before we even left this furnace array because, I don't know, man, I was just operating really slow, and honestly, the chat conversations we were having was just funny enough. But I did end up getting all the minecarts in place, and all of this is functional. We did cook a little bit of netherrack and some trees, and we got everything working in here, and pretty good. So all of the output came, we grabbed all the charcoal and whatnot. All the charcoal came through here, but we grabbed all the nether brick we needed, and that went pretty smooth. So let me actually fly back and show you guys what else we did. We fixed the furnace array.
I mean, both of those things took a while, so
yeah,
it's
we
not
built
like
the piston bolt. Okay, so that's going to make a fun little part in this video. I guess this is going to be a shorter, more of super progress updatey video, because objectively speaking, we only accomplished 2 tasks. We built a piston bolt both ways, and fixed the furnace array. But I feel like the furnace array took about an hour and a half, and then these piston bolts took like the last 3 hours. And that was between collecting materials and... Word, I swear to God, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to. The piston bolts took a little while, and I don't know. It was just kind of a fun time. Had a lot of good conversations, and this is it. So let me walk through some of the troubles we had to go in. First off, there's this magic rail. I don't know what Nuke did or how he got this to work, but he had a rail, and oh, I couldn't even show it. Basically, he had a powered rail facing sideways, like so. But then, and it was powered, and he had a minecart, oh, damn it, and a normal minecart rail leading into this, leading into like that. And I have no idea how he kept it sideways or whatnot. I couldn't figure it out. But nevertheless, I was able to find a very, very easy solution. Basically, at the end, your minecart will get pushed off here and just go into the rail and follow the system as it should. And it's pretty nice. Now, I'm not sure why this will lead into it like that, but I guess I'll just have to figure that out. Maybe this dust is supposed to be powered by something. It's well documented that not all the redstone is completely finished in here, but anyway. And this had a few screw-ups where I screwed up the rails and I couldn't quite get it going in the right direction. And I was using schematics all along the way, kind of demonstrating how you can use Schematica as a tool. And I used schematics for lots of the repeaters and the... because... it makes it a lot easier. So now I'm thinking about this as I'm going here, like, why this took so long? Well, you guys got to understand, first off, I had to place all the blocks down here, and then I had to place all the blocks on the side, and I'm got to tell you, even using Schematica to, like, print a lot of this, it still took its time. And then I had to place sand where all these repeaters are, then we had to actually get the rails in place, and then we had to destroy the rails in the correct order, which we screwed up twice. And then we had to break the torches behind them, and then we had to break it, get the repeaters in. Like, it was just kind of a process, and it was a pretty good time. So if you guys have never seen a stream by me, that would actually probably be a pretty good one to start off on. However, I'm going to end the video here. Maybe as a YouTube video, this wasn't as amazing. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter length, but kind of a shorter update. Had a good time today stream, and... well, video, and, you know, a little bit of progress in the Nether Web. So even if it makes a short video, we still got a lot done, I think, because finishing an entire piston bolt is like, it's a huge step forward in the whole process of getting this whole thing done, because this will inspire people. People will say, oh, hey, the piston bolt to the mesa is done. Like, all you have to do is get the wiring working and it's ready to go. And it actually makes the whole thing look a lot nicer, even if we do nothing, to have this entire thing in here. And if any Minerva members are watching, closing the gap between this tunnel and this hub, and then actually working on the blocks in here would be fantastic, because Iron was talking to me during the stream saying a lot of the blocks in here are placed improperly, and that's why there's still scaffolding in here, and he's just kind of worn down by this, so if anybody wants to help him out on that, it would go a long way. But I still think it looks fantastic at a glance, even if a lot of blocks are out of place where they shouldn't be. It still looks good. And just as a little reference, I made this out a lot, I think I made this out a few blocks further than I should. Namely because this piston bolt needs to be built from start to finish. So any of these rails that I break in this order here, going from in that direction, I cannot replace these ones. So I figured I'd build it back a few blocks just as a safety, because as you can see, we haven't actually done much of the wiring in here. And yeah, so fixing the furnace array was a huge success. Cooking the nether brick was so fast. We cooked like 6,000 nether brick in less than a minute, and it was really fantastic. And not much else to say about all that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini episode, mini project. But you know, sometimes it's just the little stuff to get the big things done. That's it for me. Huge plug to the Patron server. We checked that out as well. You know what? I'm going to put that in this video, because I think I already showed in this video. I honestly can't remember. That stream kind of threw me off. But what I wanted to show were two things. First off, we get a dramatic view of Iron's tree. I think he uses schematic for this. I really don't know. But it looks pretty cool. And Iron's actually been a pretty good moderator. He's been adding things like these little tiny oak logs and some acorns, just because it makes the whole place look a lot better, I think. You know, maybe it's not accessible in survival vanilla Minecraft, but you know, it's decorative and it makes it look pretty cool. Oops, that's all caps. So let me just actually head back to spawn here, because they've made a little bit of progress on the Patron Nether hub. So we've been focusing so much here on the Minerva hub. You guys should see this thing over here. I'm going to drop that back for them in a second here. Don't you guys worry. Right up here. This thing is looking fantastic. The big reveal looks best from within here, where you can just see the whole thing. And when I looked at this, I realized if you think about the materials used, this is actually kind of a budget build. Think about it. All they're using here is stone, carpets, which can be easily farmed with a sheep farm, concrete, which these guys generated like not even using any manpower, and then wood, which I think they probably already have a tree farm set up. I don't actually know about that. So if you think about it, like this is a build that you could easily have up and ready within the first few days, and that's pretty cool to me. So yeah, huge shouts to the patron server. You guys want to join that community. All the information you need will be linked in the description of this video. Link to my Patreon. That'll give you reward tiers and stuff like that. And I'm going to find my way out of here, give these guys their signs back, and close out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.